Hello everyone and welcome back to the Clair Obscur plating guide. Last time we completed the eerie cave and now we are moving on to the next main mission. Today we will tackle one of these two missions, more specifically the left one, Visage. So today we'll start with that, so feel free to give a thumbs up and we'll collect all the collectibles and everything that can be found in the Visage level. So feel free to swim over there, and once you arrive we continue. So just quickly swim over from here, and yes, then it starts, friends. Once you arrive over there, the island already looks pretty cool from a distance, and inside it gets even cooler. So let's definitely go in there and once again pick up all the great items. So let's get right into the cozy place, and when we arrive here, we just fly straight through. And you can already see something shimmering in the distance, because here on the right is the first item, which we will of course collect. We take it with us and it's a color of the Lumina. We grab it, then just continue flying straight ahead. There's nothing else to collect for now until you reach the checkpoint. Yes, when you arrive here you'll see the first merchant, and of course you should talk to him because you want to buy his items. Go over here. And you also want to fight him, but first buy shared healing and the color of the Lumina. And then we start the challenge with the merchant. Once we've defeated the merchant, we can buy the weapon Sadon, which we will of course take with us. And then we can proceed. There are now 3 paths we can and should take before heading to the boss. So from here we turn right and basically head back towards the checkpoint, taking this path through the red trees, and we follow the entire path to reach the first side area. You don't have to do all of them, but there are items everywhere and the boss becomes weaker as a result. So head in here and follow this path, and yes, you'll automatically reach the laughing mask and the laughing level, Picto, and we go through there and will be automatically teleported over. Once we have arrived here, take a few more steps and eventually you'll reach the checkpoint. And once we've come out here at the checkpoint, we continue onward. Yes, there's a bit to collect here, friends, so we start off again. From here we first fly along to the right, and there we already see the first enemy we want to take on Maelle, and we take them down. Once we've defeated them, we receive a nice weapon or a weapon upgrade, Contorso, and of course we take that with us. And then we can continue right here. New weapon for Verso. And if we turn around here, we find the color of Lumina back here. Again, I believe, as far as I know, they are still running. Nope. Healing color, shard, healing color, shard to increase our healing color. That's really great. Make sure to take that with you. Then run back here across to the other side and you'll see a small platform on the left. And we go in there and defeat the enemies. We've also taken care of that. They don't give much now, but on the right there's a journal. Specifically the journal of Expedition 69. We take that with us, turn around here and can then continue on. At the back on the wall there are grappling hooks. You can climb up there soon, but first grab the mime right back here and take care of him. Once you've taken care of him, you can continue. We go back or along here and follow this path towards Chroma. Take the Chroma with you, but as mentioned, use the climbing hooks on the wall again. I somehow accidentally cut them out here. So where the journal was in Ninigao, he then flies further over, and here you can collect a bit more, fly further down here, and you can shoot at these eyes. I don't know what it does, whether it has any purpose or if it's just an Easter egg, but yes, we couldn't shoot the second eye. No idea why. I shot it once, then continue along to the right here, and we already see the next enemy, which we quickly take care of. Once we've done that, there's nothing special from the opponent. Instead, we turn around here and grab a shiny Chroma Catalyst. We've taken that with us, and once that's done, we simply turn around again and follow this path here. And back here, there's another opponent, but here on the right in the corner, there's something else to collect, namely here by the red tree. And there we have a new Pictus, a confident attacker. Yes, then we continue on. You can certainly defeat the opponent, but they don't give anything special. Just continue through here, and before you go to the mask, fly over here into the next corridor, because there's a weapon we can collect. Before that, of course, there's a small enemy. We'll quickly take them down and we'll then grab our item, which should rightfully be ours. Grab the thing and you have a new weapon for Verso, Confuso, and we'll take that with us. Yes, now we fly further and can actually go directly to the boss. As mentioned, use the climbing hooks again at the diary, where the diary location was. There are still climbing hooks on the wall, you should definitely use them again. And then you go to the mask and give an answer here, namely joy, because we are in the joy level. And then after the boss you come out again in the hub of this level at the checkpoint. Yes, you also get a new weapon. And here we can then proceed to the next area. From the checkpoint you now run towards the red rocky area, and then fly straight ahead and follow this path, and you will then reach the sad mask and the sad level. You can already see it here. The mask's really epic level design in my opinion. Pretty coolly done. I've rarely seen it done so well, and the game is truly exceptionally good, friends. It's really beautiful, and the story is also really well done. So we fly through the mask here and eventually come out at the first checkpoint. And when we arrive here, at this point we first navigate our way along the far left side, because there is already the next item, namely the shiny Chroma Catalyst. We've collected it once, and from here we continue carefully, friends. And we grab the next part. We turn around and follow this road here. And here comes a relatively strong enemy, because he stays on you until you counter him perfectly. That's important to know about him. So go in. And you need to counter the guy perfectly once to even get a chance to attack. Otherwise he keeps attacking. And yes, you really need to counter him perfectly once, maybe counter his death blow, and that will weaken him, allowing you to deal damage and eventually defeat him. Yes, friends, so this is very important in this fight, otherwise he is too strong and will definitely take you down quite quickly. Once we've defeated him, we receive enhanced counter 2, which is of course very, very good, and something we definitely need. Yes, so we're done here, but we can turn around again because there's still something here. Back here on the right, there's another Pictus that we definitely want to take with us. So grab that item, and it's now blocked again by the loot from the enemy, but we'll see what it is in a moment. It's the glass cannon. It's not that good, I have to say honestly, so at least I don't use it. And it flies here to the back right once more, grab the chroma here, and then continue straight through. And yes, then you're back here in this large main area, and now you can of course deal with the enemies here first, as you like, but calmly fly back towards the checkpoint first. This serves as better orientation, and from here we can then continue. If you go up to the right at the checkpoint here, then we can here, so here's the checkpoint, go up to the right here. We can then climb up these cliffs here, and up here there's another chroma, which we would of course like to take with us. Then turn around and jump down here. You can ignore the enemies or you can deal with them. And then fly straight through here. And then along the right hand side, follow this path. And you'll already see some branches here. First we'll go up here, straight through, because there's an enemy back here that we want to catch, and of course he's also guarding an item. Go in there, take out the guys, and once you've done that, grab the next energy color shard here, which increases your energy color by +1. So pretty cool loot that we find here in the individual levels. Then turn around and now we'll go along the other path that we just saw. So just go down here again and then along to the right and follow this path. Yes, at first it looks like there's nothing great here, but go ahead and fly all the way up because we can collect something nice there. Jump up here once and you can already see it glowing on the next journal. Grab that and then take the Journal of Expedition 39 with you. If we turn around and follow this path back, we can discover something behind the rock. Specifically, we jump down here once and right here behind the rock on the cliff, we find a shiny Chroma Catalyst. You can simply jump down here and now we're almost done with this section, but fly back here and take care of the next mask. And yes friends, then you can enter the boss fight here, and of course you respawn with sadness because we are obviously in the sad level. Yes, it should be easy for everyone to do. Then we come out and get a new weapon again, this time for Monoco, and yes, we all find that great because he's always in our team and is also pretty cool. I always use Monoco, he's really cool and super strong. Well, it continues from the merchant and then we go into the last area, friends, namely back here in the right corner. There's a small gap and a little rock. We can go in there and then enter the angry level. Here we jump down once, and yes, if you continue here then we can enter the angry level. Here there are eyes again. I don't know if you can shoot them, but well the eyes don't really do anything. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the lore, but okay. We fly straight ahead until we reach the first checkpoint. We see it here on the right. We naturally activate it once, of course, and the level is configured relatively similarly. So we activate the checkpoint here and then turn around because right up here is indeed where you find the shiny Chroma Catalyst. You can continue from this point onward by first going left and following this path all through to reach what lies beyond in that red meadow area. Back there in its farthest left corner we can collect a bit more Chroma. We definitely take that with us because Chroma is always scarce, friends. Especially if we want to buy everything from the merchants, it will get quite expensive later on. Just fly back here and go back to this small platform and take out the next enemy who is guarding the next item. The guys themselves don't give much, but we can get revival paint here, which increases the revival potions. Yes, that's obviously great. Just take it with us, then turn around accordingly and follow this path. Then we see a small rope back here. Of course, we can also just jump down there. That works too. And then we can collect the next Picto here, namely Enhanced Attack. A relatively quick enemy will approach you. Just take care of him quickly, but he doesn't have anything special with him. Once we've dealt with him, we turn around here and there's nothing else to collect here. We can then simply continue along this path and follow it, and then we're back down in the area of the mask. Just keep flying straight through here. And yes, then you'll come out here and can continue, and there's the mask glowing. We then go left here and first take care of this enemy, and I believe he doesn't have anything special, but there's something back here and of course we want to grab the shiny Chroma Catalyst. Yes, exactly, friends. And then we fly back and go left into the ruin here, because then we'll come to another door of the mansion, and that's where we want to go, of course. So feel free to go right first. You can also go left first, but going right actually makes more sense. Briefly enter the mansion here and grab the nice things. Once we arrive here, you can get the Verso music album and also play the piano. Here, a little Easter egg. Every character you switch to and play the piano with will play their own theme melody. Yes, actually quite funny and a nice idea. From here, we naturally continue, open the door, and then immediately leave the mansion again. There's also a diary here. Of course, we'll take that with us. Diary of an unknown person. And once we've listened to it, we can leave the room. It's important that you always open all the doors and essentially go out through the main door again. So it's not trophy relevant, but at least you should do this to open all the doors. So you don't have to go out through the main door, but you definitely need to open all the doors. That would be good. And then we return to the Visage level, and there we can go right and follow this path, and we see a few villains back there that we quickly take care of. We flattened them. They don't give anything great, but of course they protected the Pictus double igniter here, and we want to take that with us. And then we fly back, friends, and are almost at the end of this area. Just fly further here, then go down here. We have already been up here. We were just there. We don't necessarily need to go there again. That's why we go down here once. And actually we can already go to the boss. Exactly, go to the boss, enter once, and press rage here, because we are in the level of rage, and defeat the boss again. Then we get a new weapon again, friends. And it's for Maelle. And we take it with us. Go to the checkpoint here and take a rest. Upgrade yourselves, improve your skills. And then we fly along the main path, friends. And the path is quite long, but there's nothing to collect. So just keep flying straight ahead, and you'll eventually reach this gloomy area and continue flying through. Then comes a bright area, and you can use your grappling hook here. And then, friends, we finally reach the next checkpoint and we activate it. So now comes a small boss fight. We eventually return to the camp. There, you naturally increase the relationship status of all members. Here, at this point, it's relatively important. You should have level 4 with almost everyone now, and this is especially important for the next fight and for the next boss we want to defeat. And you need to ensure that, because at level 4 we get a new attack. And for Looney, for example, it's the Tree of Life, which heals all members and also removes all status effects. And for Maelle, it's also a new attack, namely the Phoenix Flame. That's what I believe it's called. Phoenix Flame, exactly. Which revives all the people in the party. And that's pretty good, friends. So you all need them. Additionally, you can get new clothing from Monoco, like a new mask and a new hairstyle for Verso. And then we're actually done with this section, friends. We completed the level Visage 100%. That's already great. As I said, the one thing with the grappling hook and the diary, you should definitely check that again. Otherwise, we're moving on now, friends, actually to the next level. But before we do that, we'll take care of 2 strong boss enemies. Yeah, first we'll deal with the big Tête, who is now relatively easy to defeat. I'll let you watch in the video outro what you need to pay attention to and how the whole thing works. So stay calm and keep watching. As I said, I'm going to play the video for you now, and then you can watch it and defeat the boss Tête first. And in the next video we'll tackle the next big boss and the next main mission. You'll get a Pictus from him, which you can really make good use of. Alright, friends, let's get started. What you need for this is the Chalium weapon, and it's truly the game changer for this opponent, because it increases our shield every time we successfully parry in defense mode. With Maelle, we get about 9 times the shield per attack from him, and it works quite well. It's important, of course, that we parry the attack. You can find the weapon roughly in the middle of Act 2, specifically here on the right side on this small red island. There is the eerie cave, and we need to enter it once to find the special weapon. I'll quickly show you where it is. If we continue from the checkpoint and arrive here in the middle, then we go left and follow this path. So once here, take the left corner, keep going straight through. And when you fly through here, you'll eventually come to a light that's shining here, where you can use the grappling hook. We won't use it now, instead we just continue straight through, and then you'll see a glowing enemy at the back of the cave, and you need to defeat it once to get the special weapon. Once you've defeated the guy, you'll get the Weapon Chalium, and that's exactly what we need to increase our shields. With this new weapon, by the way, you can also defeat Sprong. It's a bit more complicated with him, as he deals significantly more damage and his attacks are not quite as predictable, but it's definitely worth it because you'll also get the Picto's Schummler, which is one of the best Pictos in the game. I've made a separate video guide for that on the channel, feel free to check it out. But first, let's take a look at the Pictos we are using here. We primarily use healing counters, enhanced counters, basically anything that increases counters. This is relatively important, but not entirely crucial, because with Melee Shield we are almost invincible, making the opponent super easy. As mentioned, the Pictos are not that important, but healing, parry or enhanced counter, all these things you can definitely include. Healing counter is also very good, so anything that somehow increases your counter is definitely useful here. Now let's take a look at the skills, and it's definitely about unlocking the skill Mezzoforte. Here, this allows you to assume the current stance again, and if you are in the defensive stance, you can directly assume it again and increase your shield. Yes, regarding the attributes, I just distributed them randomly, so there's really nothing special to consider here, or because we don't have to defeat the opponent, we just have to endure. I'll show it again here. This is how I've currently allocated my skills, and it actually works quite well. Yes, when we enter the battle, it's important to use Mezzoforte to bring our defensive stance back. Or if you're without a stance, perhaps use the Fire Rain. That will also bring you back into the defensive stance. That works quite well too if you're without a stance. When you're in the defensive stance, every block you make is a shield, and see how fast the shields increase in the bottom right. After the first round, we're at +9 shield quickly, making us nearly invulnerable. This way you can make a few mistakes in between. So if you don't hit the rhythm exactly and take a few hits, it's not that bad, because Melee keeps boosting his shields with this skill. The important thing is to use the skill again when it's her turn, assume the stance again, and then we can parry and recharge our shield. And in the end you just have to survive the fight. You don't have to deal damage, you don't have to kill him, you don't have to attack him, you just need to survive the fight. Of course you can try to hit him a bit, but it will do relatively little damage to him. You just have to survive until the end, and this sword allows you to do that with the new skill. And if you survive long enough, in my case he hadn't really lost much, and of course all the hits don't do much either. But if we survive until the end, he basically loses interest and automatically gives up. And yes, that's how we took the big Tête out of the game, and of course we get his loot. In that sense, we get the Pictus warmed up, which increases damage by 5% each round and can stack up to 5 times. And if we take Monoco with us, which I highly recommend, we also get the big Tête foot, which is also quite good, giving you very good items relatively early in the game. So friends, let's continue. And for Gam, next we'll grab the next big border boss, and you can feel free to follow the guide. I'll link it for you in the outro, and I would be happy if you tune in again. So until next time, take care. Adios and ciao and ciao.